And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of New Earth TV Live. We're going to have another great, exciting webcast for everybody today. We are going to be doing a special guided meditation. We're going to be doing some distance healing. And of course, we're going to be getting into Q&A here very shortly. Okay, so probably around the time of 11:45, 12 o'clock Pacific time, we'll be getting into Q&A. So first and foremost, before we begin, we'll go ahead and start off with some announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing to detoxify, rejuvenate, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And of course, private sessions are available coming in mid-January. I'm basically just taking a couple weeks off sessions right now just to get things organized with the Etherics launch. But I'm also doing distance healing requests, which are available right now. So distance healing requests by donation is available. So distance healing, private sessions, 3 questions by email. Again, private sessions and 3 questions I do through tarot readings and higher self communication. So if you're interested, go ahead and check that out at newearthteachings.com. And of course, everything on this channel is backed up onto Odyssey. So again, you can go to the video description. You can see it there, odyssey.com/@newearthteachings. That is our backup channel. Okay, and of course, regarding Etherics, I'm going to be making a video this weekend talking about Etherics and talking about the Etherics bed, the Etherics bed kit. Okay, so that is going to be coming, I believe, this Saturday, and getting that ready for you guys. It's going to be a really exciting video telling you all about the future of the Healing Code cards, the future of the spiritual technology, where it's going, and how Etherics plays into it all. So it's going to be a very, very big. It's my new company, right? I'm still doing New Earth Teachings, but I'm also doing this as well too. So I'll be juggling 2 companies instead of just 1 company right now. So that'll be a challenge, but I'm looking forward to it. My partner is also working with me with Etherics as well too. So she's going to be lending a helping hand. And you guys will also be lending a helping hand with Etherics, because Etherics is going to be part of you yourselves as well too, for those of you who want to be a part of it. Because we are going to have affiliate campaigns, we're going to have vendors, distributors as well too. Not right away, but as we get into unraveling and unrolling out the carpet for Etherics, there will be affiliate campaigns, there will be vendors, distributors as well too, and people who want to help out. There will be people in that sense who are maybe wearing the Etherics gear. They take pictures of themselves, they want to send that onto the website, and the ones that we choose, they get discounts. They get lifelong discounts, right? So I'm going to be spoiling the supporters, and I don't call you guys customers, I call you guys supporters, right? So I will be spoiling a lot of the supporters. There'll be a lot of free stuff on Etherics as well too. So it's going to be very, very exciting. A lot of free stuff, a lot of participation, a lot of community participation as well too. Just helping to get this magnificent spiritual technology all over the world. That's the goal, is to taking the Healing Code cards, taking the spiritual technology, taking the ether beds, all these other new inventions that I'm creating right now too for Etherics, and just spreading them far and wide. And I need your guys' help to do that. So that's really what Etherics is going to be about. It's a company, but it's also going to be shared with the supporters. That's why I don't call you guys customers, but supporters. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really amazing. So stay tuned this weekend. There will be a new video coming up about Etherics and the Etherics bed kits. All right, so looking forward to it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started today with the webcast with New Earth TV Live. So first and foremost, we're going to start off with a guided meditation. Then I said afterwards we'll go into some distance healing requests. Okay, so if you have distance healing requests for yourself or for another, you can just put that in the chat. Again, if you want to leave a donation, that puts you first in line. Same goes for Q&A. We'll be doing Q&A right afterwards. And if you want to leave a donation, that donation gets your question first in line. So let's go ahead and switch gears here. I'm going to change screens. And we're going to do a new type of meditation today. It's not really new, but it's something that usually we're doing, Mass Earth Meditation, which again, if you guys still want to do, you can just go back into the previous weeks of New Earth TV Live, and there are Mass Earth Meditations there you can go into. We'll be doing a Mass Earth Meditation next Friday. But today we're going to do a subtle body state of being meditation. So this involves working with heart rate variability, and I'm just going to be guiding you through the process and just moving yourselves into the point where you almost feel like you're floating out of your body, right? Because you feel very relaxed, you feel very stimulated just with this beautiful feeling of moving into the subtle body. Okay, so you're not really too much aware in the physical body as you're much more aware in the subtle body. So that's really what we're going to be doing today. So just get yourselves nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. You can either sit down or lay down for this, right? If you want to lay down on a couch or a bed, you can go ahead and do that as well too. If you're seated in a chair, that's great. You can sit cross-legged on the floor. That's totally fine as well too. Just making sure your spine is nice and straight if you are seated. And go ahead and close your eyes, and we're going to do 10 rounds of the heart rate variability breathing. So this involves 4-second breath, inhaling through your nose, 6-second breath, exhaling through the nose. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. So let's begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. You can continue heart rate variability breathing if you wish, or you can just move back into your natural rhythm of breathing. And right now I want you to bring your attention, bring your prana, bring your life force energy right down to the bottom of your feet. Just as if you could feel your prana, your life force energy, your chi, flowing right down to the bottom of your feet. I want you to feel that prana just flowing through the entirety of your left and right feet, all the way up to the ankles. And I want you to feel them swirling in a counterclockwise direction. So just feeling your living prana flowing in a counterclockwise direction, as if the container is your feet up to the ankles. And now that container is going to widen, and you're feeling that container moving all the way up into the knees. So from your knees to your feet, just feeling the living prana circulating in a counterclockwise direction, flowing and circulating nice and slowly, nice and peacefully. Just be aware of the sensation as your prana circulates counterclockwise from your feet all the way up to your knees. That container is going to widen again. It's going all the way up now to the hips. So just feeling that counterclockwise living prana flowing circularly counterclockwise from the feet all the way up to the hips. Now feeling that container widening, going all the way up into the navel, from the feet to the navel. Feeling your life force energy, prana, circulating nice and slowly, counterclockwise, from your feet all the way up to your navel. And feeling the container widen again, moving all the way up into the sternum, just that little notch right around the area of the center of the chest, right up to the sternum. Feeling your living prana, life force energy, slowly circulating counterclockwise from your feet all the way up into the sternum. And widening the container right now, moving it all the way up into the pit of the throat. That also includes the arms. Okay, so everything from the throat down. Life force energy, living prana, circulating nice and slowly, counterclockwise, from the feet all the way up into the pit of the throat, including the arms. And widening the container now, going all the way up to the top of the head. So now the entire body is just circulating with that counterclockwise life force energy, that living prana, circulating counterclockwise throughout the entire body. And just feel that flow, feel that circulation moving in a counterclockwise direction. And I want you now just to pay attention to your breath, even if you're just breathing naturally. I want you to pay attention to your breath right now. Just be aware of the flow, the rhythm of your breath. I also want you to be aware of your sense of touch. I want you to be aware of your breath, and I want you to be aware of your sense of touch. Be aware of everything that is touching your skin. Be aware of the clothes that are on your body. Be aware of everything that is touching your body right now. Be aware of the sensation itself of touch, while you are also aware of your rhythm of breathing. And just stay in this awareness of the sensation of your touch, and stay in this awareness of your rhythm of breathing, just for a minute. Let no other thought enter your mind. Just completely aware of your breath and completely aware of the sensation of touch and nothing more. Now I want you to bring your awareness to the awareness of your space. I want you to be aware of your space 360 degrees. Where you are right now, being aware of your space without having to open your eyes and physically look. You are just aware of your space 360 degrees. You are aware of what is in front of you, what is to your left and to your right, what is behind you. You are completely aware of the 360-degree panoramic view without having to open the eyes. I want you just to be aware of your space without the opening of the eyes. Being aware of this now. Now I want you to widen your perspective of your space. That we are now going to widen our perspective to a 1 mile radius. Everything that is 1 mile ahead of you, 1 mile behind you, 1 mile to your left, 1 mile to your right. Do not concern about if you are not able to intellectually know this. Just be aware of your space within this 1 mile radius where you are the center point. Be aware of the 1 mile radius of your space, here and now. And our final step now is to expand your prana, expand your life force throughout this 1 mile radius. So you are no longer seeing yourself as the center point, but you are seeing yourself as everything inside this circle. Everything that represents the 1 mile radius circle, you are everything inside the circle. You are not just the center, you are everything within it. Just feel your life force energy expanding. See yourself as everything. See yourself as everyone within this 1 mile radius circle. Be the expansion. Be everything that exists within this 1 mile radius circle, here and now. Now I want you to feel everything that you are within that 1 mile radius circle slowly starting to contract itself back into your center. Feel the life force energy contracting itself. Feel all the life that your life force energy has touched, and feel it contracting back into your physical body. Have it contract back into your center point. And just be aware of this contraction of life force energy coming back into you, here and now. And let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just feel yourself gently returning back into the physical body. Feel everything that you have experienced grounding back into the physical body. And just making gentle movements throughout the body now. Slowly moving the toes. Slowly moving the fingers, slowly rotating the wrists, slowly rotating the shoulders, fluttering the eyes, and just gently, very gently, returning back into the present moment. Okay, thank you everybody for joining me for the subtle body meditation. How are you all feeling after experiencing that? from being able to feel your life force energy prana flowing through your body, starting at the feet, going all the way up to the top of your head, being able just to tune into your breath, being able just to tune into your touch sensation, being able to be aware of your space, being able to expand your space 1 mile, being able to expand your life force energy so that you can feel yourself as everyone and everything inside that 1 mile radius of space, and then being able to contract it back again. It's a wonderful sensation. You're going to feel very peaceful. You're going to feel very subtle. You're going to feel that subtle body there. This is all we have to do, my friends, every single day, right? Take 5-10 minutes just to work with the subtle body, and you will go throughout your entire day feeling illuminated. You'll feel soft, you'll feel floaty, you'll feel light, and you're going to be able to pass on all of that energy to the people you come in contact with, right? When you feel peaceful and you go out into the world, that peacefulness is actually much stronger than anything that's dense. That's the wonderful thing about being in this subtle, peaceful flow. You go out into the world, and it's like you're a filter. You're absorbing all of that dense energy, and it's coming out of you now, peaceful and light and soft and serene. So you're being a serenity filter for the entire planet, just by you walking around, right? You could be walking through the busy streets, maybe of New York City, of Chicago, of Vancouver, of Toronto, wherever you may be. And you're just absorbing all of that dense energy, and it's not touching you at all. It's like a filter of energy that's coming in, and then it's coming out. It's being brought into you, and it's being distributed through this serenity that you're feeling. And like I said, all you really need is 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, doing something like this, subtle body meditation, starting off with heart rate variability, and just doing these subtle body practices. And you're just going to feel like this magnet of serenity, this magnet of tranquility. You're going to feel light and soft and peaceful, and you're going to spread that throughout the entire world. A lot of people ask me, Brad, what can I do to help people out? This is what you can do. Because you are in such a peaceful, loving state that peace and that love that's radiating through you transmutes everything that represents dense, contaminated, and chaotic energy. Dense, contaminated, and chaotic energy yields to the loving, subtle energy that you are. It's no match for the love and subtle energy. The love and subtle energy will defeat it every single time. Okay, that's the power of love. It's the power of the subtle energy. It's the power of your serenity state. And that's what you're going through the world. And you're walking through the world in that state. And that is what's going to bring about a great cleansing. And that's what so many people, particularly controllers, have been afraid of. People start moving into these high love states, these high states of subtlety, these serene states of being. We're in trouble because we're not going to be able to maintain the fear. We're not going to be able to maintain the chaos because everybody here is just meditating so much. They're going into their subtle body. They're feeling relaxed. They're feeling at peace. They're feeling calm. They're feeling serene. And that will completely purify everything. For wherever you walk, from wherever you're present, it works. It really does. Okay? Thank you, everybody. So we're going to go ahead now and move on into distance healing. All right? So I'm just going to go ahead and change windows here. And I got a couple requests already on the chat. Thank you very much. We also got some donations here, some very generous donations. So for Anne-Marie and for Martine, I'll be working with you two first, and then we'll be getting to others as well. So what I'd suggest as well, guys, is if this is your first time getting a healing request, I'd suggest you guys go ahead and take advantage of it, right? So it's either a healing request for yourself or a healing request for someone you know, okay? Either is completely fine, right? So let me just go through the first donation here from Anne-Marie. Very generous donation. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie says, I have caught a horrible flu and would love your healing today. Thank you for all you do. Okay, so Anne-Marie, no problem. So Anne-Marie, what I want you to do right now is just to join me here. Be present with me in this moment. I want you to just place your hands in prayer posture. You can go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, and I want you now, Anne-Marie, to tune into your heart and feel like your heart is opening up like a blossoming flower. As it opens up like a blossoming flower, I just want you to feel all this white light coming out of the heart and just moving that light directly in between your palms. So all of that light, like a small ball of light, is coming in between the palms now. And I want you just to expand your hands as you feel that light, as you inhale and exhale. Just expanding your hands as far and as wide as they can go. And feel that light permeating everything. It is permeating the vast cosmos. This is representing your love, your trust, and your faith. You're expanding that. And now that it's fully expanded and it's permeating the entire cosmos, slowly bringing your hands back. And as you're bringing your hands back, you're just saying the following affirmation, either out loud or in your mind. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, bringing your hands back into prayer posture. Okay, and Anne-Marie, we'll go ahead and we'll work on that flu for you. All right, here we go. Apply. Okay, Anne-Marie, just stretching out your hands further and further once again. Bring all of that light back into yourself, and as you're doing that, you're just saying in your mind, God is making me better. God is making me better. God is making me better. Bringing all of that light right back into the heart and feeling the heart closing back up with all of that light coming back into the body. You are blessed. You are divine. You are perfection. Namaskar. Okay. So Anne-Marie, all of that spirit light is working with you right now. So I want you just to continue to get a good rest today. Get a good night's sleep as well too. What I would also like you to do is just going on to my YouTube channel, and one of my newest videos is called the White Light Energy Ball Technique. Okay. So all that is just creating an energy ball. And what I want you to do is as you create that energy ball, I want you just to put all of your feelings that represents that the flu that you have is now completely gone. So if I was to snap my fingers right now, and your flu is completely gone, how would you feel? Well, everything that represents that feeling, that's what you're putting into the white ball. Right? So just like if I snap my fingers, it's instantly gone, you're reacting. And there's that reaction, so, oh my God, it's all gone, it's all finished, it's good. My body feels well, my body feels healthy. I feel in prime condition. Great. That's what we're saturating into this white ball. Okay? And then we're just putting that white ball into the solar plexus. Okay? And we're just saying, as we're doing that, we're doing an Om chanting. We can either do it out loud or we can do it in our mind. Okay? So you're just going Om, 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 until you feel that white ball is completely absorbed into the solar plexus. Once that's done, you don't have to do anything else. You just relax. Okay? So I want you to do that in addition to the spirit light healing that you're getting right now. Okay? Thank you very much, Anne-Marie, for your request. You will feel better very, very quickly. Okay? Blessings to you. Okay, Martine, you are next. So Martine says, my dog Jasmine gave birth to 5 healthy puppies 5 days ago. She got a little diarrhea and emesis. I request healing for her to get better, please. Okay, so we will work on your dog Jasmine now. So I'll be calling in higher self of your dog Jasmine, just to be present with me now. Okay, she is present with me. And so we will go ahead and begin some work on her, expanding her light so it permeates the entire cosmos. And for Jasmine, she completely believes that the healing that she shall receive will heal her. Okay, we will now begin. And now just bringing that light back into her. God is making her better. God is making her better. God is making her better. Putting it right back into her heart. Infinite love and blessings to her. Namaskar. Okay. So Martine, I'd like you just to keep her on liquids for a couple of days. Okay. So probably just about 2 days, right? Just a bit of a liquid diet. This is just allowing her body to catch up with itself. Don't worry. She's going to be fine. Okay, just give her about 2 days of just liquids only. Okay, no solid food, just for those 2 days. Okay, so starting today, for 48 hours, no solid foods, just liquids. Okay, that will give her time for her body to recover. Now, animals naturally know how to do this. When animals are sick, they won't eat. They will just go off into a corner. Usually, again, if they're out in nature, they won't eat any food of their own means. Okay, they'll just go out and they'll just rest, and they'll let nature take care of them. Okay, the same thing you have to do here for Martine for Jasmine. Okay, so just give her some liquid diet, some water, maybe some things that are liquid again, it's liquid sustenance, but nothing solid. Okay, just for 48 hours. That will give her time for her digestion to settle as the spirit light healing is working on her. Okay, you can also do the white light energy ball practice for her too, Martine. Just putting that energy into her solar plexus right here, just above her belly. Okay. And just feel that going in, doing Om chantings for her. Okay, putting that into her solar plexus, letting those white light energy ball visions that you have, putting that into her body, and that will help her too. Okay, spirit light working with her, she should be good within those 48 hours. All right, namaskar. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go up the list here a bit more. Just checking to see if there's anyone's earlier. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get to Q&A here very shortly, guys. Okay, this one here is from Kaza K. Kaza K says, my daughter has been very sick since before Christmas and would love any help she could get with her sinus, fever, and cough breathing. Okay, so Kaza, I'll just refer to your daughter as Kaza's daughter. Okay, so all you need to provide, Kaza K, is just information in regards to the healing. All right, so as you said, this is for your daughter, and I will work with her to help her with clearing away sinus problems, fever, and coughing. All right, so I will just call in Kaza's daughter's higher self to be present with me now. Okay, she's present. And again, we're just placing our hands in prayer posture. And Kaza K, if you want to send healing and love in the background, you're more than welcome to. Okay, she's just opening up her heart, expanding the light. The love, the trust, and the faith, bringing that back. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, for Kaza's daughter, we will now go ahead and begin. apply. And expanding the hands, bringing all of that light back into her body, into her heart. God is making her better. God is making her better. God is making her better. Bring all of that light back into her heart. And her heart is sealing all of that light back into herself. Infinite love and blessings. Namaskar. Okay. Okay, so Kaza, thank you very much for your request. If you sent love for her as well too, that's great. Just be aware of her over the next little while. Like I said, you can also work with the white light energy ball, just as I suggested earlier for the other two. I'd like you to use that as well too. Okay, whether you're present with her or whether you're just working with her in your mind. Either way is completely fine, right? Creating that white light energy ball, let it be happiness, joy, love, compassion, healing. Putting that into her solar plexus, either doing it through a distance from within yourself, or you can do that with her physically. As it's going in, Om chanting. Okay. Once it's fully absorbed, just letting it be. Okay. She will recover. She will get better very quickly. Okay. Love and blessings to you both, and thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and move down a bit more. Okay, so I think this one here is from Lillian. I think Lillian is asking for a healing request here. She says, I'm feeling very dizzy and sleepy. I want to do things, but don't have the energy. Okay, so Lillian, I will work on you for that. So all I want you to do right now, Lillian, is just place your hands together. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Feel your heart opening up. Feel the light from your heart going into your hands. Okay, and expanding that light now as you breathe in and breathe out. Expanding and extending your hands as far and wide as they can go. Representing your love, your trust and faith, you're expanding it so it permeates the entire cosmos. Now you're slowly bringing the hands back in. As you're bringing them back in, you're just saying to yourself, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, keeping your hands in prayer posture. And we'll go ahead and we'll begin. And we'll work on the dizziness and the sleepiness that you have. Okay, here we go. Okay, Lillian, just bringing your hands out once again. Taking all of that light, bring it back into yourself. As you're bringing it in, just saying to yourself, God is making me better. God is making me better. God is making me better. Bringing all of that light back into your heart. Letting your heart absorb all of that light. Bring it back into your body. Letting the heart close itself up. Just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, you are well. So Lillian, I would like you to work with the subtle body meditation that we were just doing today. Okay, so I'd like you to go back to that. I want you to work on that a lot more. I'd also like you to work more with heart rate variability and pranayama breath control. Okay, so one of the best ones to work with that, and you can find YouTube videos on this, is what's referred to as alternate nostril breathing or nadi shodhana pranayama. Okay, alternate nostril breathing would probably be the easier way to put it. Okay, but all you're doing is you're just using your right hand, your right thumb, plugging your right nostril, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, taking your ring finger, switching, putting your ring finger of your right hand on your left nostril, and then breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, breathing out, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Then switch again. Okay, and you're just continuing that rhythm. And I'd like you to do that for about at least 3 minutes. Okay, so nadi shodhana pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. You want to get more pranayama. You want to get much more breath control into your body. You're feeling dizzy, you're feeling sleep because there's deprivation relating to natural life force energy. Your circulation is quite poor. Okay, so you need to increase your circulation. One of the best ways to do that is through pranayama breath control. Okay, nadi shodhana pranayama, alternate nostril breathing, heart rate variability. Okay, B breath is also good. It's where you're plugging the ears, breathing in. Okay, repeating that maybe about 4 times, 8 times, 12 times. Okay, B breath, the Brahmari, is also very good. Ujjayi pranayama, the ocean breath, that is also very good. Just oxygenate your body, right? Get that prana flowing into your body. But again, one of the most effective ways is alternate nostril breathing. Nadi shodhana pranayama really brings your circulation back. That's for everybody as well too. A lot of us have extremely poor circulation. Okay, so we don't take care of ourselves. We eat bad stuff. We don't get enough exercise. We're go, 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 busy, 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 and that takes a toll on the body. We want to make sure we're re-stimulating that circulation, and using pranayama is one of the best things for that. Okay, but Spirit Light is working with you to restore yourself. Infinite love and blessings. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to take one more personal request for distance healing, then we're going to go into a group healing, and then we're going to get right into Q&A. Okay, so let's go down the list here, see if we can find one more person. Okay, this one is for MLK Star. I'll just refer to you as MLK if that's all right. Hi Brad, I'm having a strong pain on my back, and my back also turning very hot. Went to doctor, did a scan, and no one could find out what that is. That's premature kundalini. Okay, that's a kundalini issue there, MLK. All right. So kundalini is actually attempting to rise through you. Whenever you're getting extreme heat coming to the back, then that is basically kundalini that's moving up the pingala. Okay, the pingala is what we call the right nostril here. That's a nadi channel. Okay, when the kundalini is raising up there and it's going up the pingala, you will get extreme heat in the spine. Okay, so we don't want that. So what we'll do is we're going to reverse that process through the healing today. But it feels like your kundalini wants to rise up. Okay, so if you're saying if it's in the, I'm not too sure where you said about where in your back it is, if it's up the middle of your back, or if it's up the upper back, maybe you can contact me later as well too. Okay, and it feels like your body wants to raise kundalini. Okay, so if that's the case, you can contact me, give me a little bit more specific details about where it stops, where you feel the heat is. Is it going all the way up the top of the neck? Is it kind of at the lower back? Is it at the middle of the back? That certainly helps. That would certainly help. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to reverse the kundalini flow. Okay, it's moving up your pingala. We don't want to do that. When we have kundalini, you want to make sure it goes right up the sushumna. Okay, the sushumna is a central channel. So we have 3 main nadi channels. The left represents the Ida, IDA, Ida channel. That's the lunar or the moon channel or the feminine channel. Okay, then we have the right channel. That's the pingala or the solar or the sun channel. Okay, when your left and your right nostrils are breathing evenly in and out, even breath through both sides, then your sushumna is activated, and that's the central channel. You want kundalini to go up the central channel. You never ever have kundalini going through Ida, Pingala, you will have problems. Okay, if it goes up Ida, you will be cold. If it goes up Pingala, you will be hot. Okay, a lot of people also have these problems too, where there's hot sensations. Guys, that's also kundalini. Okay, so there's Kundalini disruption. There's disturbances of Kundalini. There's perturbations going on in the body. Okay, that often comes through a lot of emotional and mental upset, and that is like a ripple effect that's going through the body. The energy centers get messed up. There's just skewed energies going everywhere, and energies that's supposed to be moving up and down the spine is going into different areas of the body, causing extreme heat or extreme cold. That is, again, Kundalini disturbances. So you want to make sure that we're managing that all together. Okay, that's just a little bit of information, because I get a lot of people that come to me and say, yeah, I'm feeling really, really cold over here. Okay, that's Kundalini. Feeling really, really hot over here. I'm feeling hot in my spine. Okay, Kundalini, Kundalini. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're balancing that out all together. Okay, so you guys can also join me with what I'm going to do here with MLK. Okay, so what you can do is just put the intention saying, I want to join Brad in this healing. Just say that right now. I want to join Brad in this healing, if you've had similar symptoms to what I've just described. Okay, so I'll do that for MLK, and I'll do that for everybody else if you have these similar symptoms. Okay, so join me now. So MLK, I just want you to place your hands here in prayer posture, tuning into your heart space, opening up the heart. Feel that light coming in between your palms, expanding your hands now. And anybody who wants to join me, doing the exact same thing as I'm doing now. Just expanding your hands, expanding the light. Okay, letting that light permeate the entire cosmos. This is your love, your trust, your faith. Okay, bringing your hands back. As you're bringing your hands back, you're saying the following. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, so MLK, I'll be working on your back. Okay, just helping to settle down the Kundalini. Okay, I have the capability to move Kundalini around. So I'm just going to return it back into the Muladhara. And if that's something that you want to have more help with, you just drop me an email. Okay, and I'll help you out, MLK, with your Kundalini. Okay, so we're going to do that now. Apply. Okay, MLK, I'm just going to take a moment with you now. Okay. So, MLK, I'm feeling that 3 of your chakras are opened. Okay, so it basically feels like it's coming out to the midpoint, just at the point close to where the navel is. Okay, so I'm feeling that your root is open, your Muladhara. Okay, I'm feeling that your sacral is also open as well too, and I'm also feeling that your navel, or the anahata, is also open, or may just be at the point of attempting to open. Okay, so you only have maybe about 2 or 3 chakras that are open right now. But again, it's going up the wrong way. It's going up to the Pingala. We do not want that. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are balancing out our breath. Do pranayama breathing. Okay, very, very important. Helping us circulate everything, balance everything out. Being able to lower the Kundalini down. It's going back into your Muladhara chakra. Okay, so that's the base. That's the coccyx. That's where the coiled serpent is. Kundalini basically means coiled serpent or coil. Okay. So we want to make sure that we're raising it up the right way. So MLK, email me. Okay, go to newearthteachings.com, go to the contact page, say, Brad, you were helping me today. This is MOK, Star Fashion, okay? And I just need some help with my Kundalini, okay? And I will give you a full chakra Kundalini awakening, okay? The only reason I'm doing that is because your Kundalini is starting to raise up now, so it wants to raise up, okay? And so I will work with clearing out your chakras, clearing out your nadis, making sure your spine has, again, the proper pathway, so you'll get a full chakra Kundalini awakening, okay? This is just for MOK, guys, just for her. We'll get into times ahead where I'll be doing some more Kundalini awakening for others, but there's a process to it. The only reason why MOK is able to have this is because her Kundalini is starting to raise up, okay? So MOK, please contact me as soon as possible. newearthteachings.com, contact page. Contact me ASAP, okay? Thank you very much. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead now and move into group healing, okay? So for this, all you're going to do is just do a body scan on yourself. So keeping the spine nice and erect, just like you're imagining a green beam right here, okay? And it's just slowly starting to go down the body from the top of the head, and just slowly scanning yourself, going all the way down the body, right to the bottom of the feet. And I want you just to be aware of something physically, mentally, or emotionally that you're ready to let go of, that you're ready to surrender and say, okay, here it is, I'm ready to let this go, okay? So I want you just to imagine like you're pulling that out of the chest right now, and it's kind of in this transparent sphere. It's like a soap bubble, okay? So you're feeling this little bit of tar-like debris that you're pulling out of yourself. It's a little bit of tar in there representing the obstruction itself, whether it's a physical, mental, or emotional obstruction, okay? All of you can join me with this right now, okay? So I want you just to discover that within yourself. What is it? Maybe it's a sore back. Maybe it's a headache. Maybe it's a migraine. Maybe it's a sore knee, okay? Maybe it's my feeling of something very heavy and emotional, okay? Maybe it feels like an old trauma that I'm ready to let go of right now. Maybe it's my anger, okay? And I'm ready to give it up. As long as I can say, yes, I'm ready to give this up, then this is what can work, okay? So we're just pulling that out. We're extracting it out from our chest, and we're just putting it directly in front of us, okay? And so I want you just to be aware of that ball that's there. You may also notice through the group healing that there may be some excretions happening, okay? Those excretions may be black and tar-like, just like what you see here in the center of your sphere that you're pulling out of yourself right now, okay? If that happens, don't worry about that. That's all part of the healing that is going to take place right now, okay? So again, getting yourselves relaxed, placing your hands now in prayer posture. If you've already pulled the ball out, then you're good. Bring your hands into prayer posture. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Feel your heart opening up, okay? That's like it's unraveling, opening up like a blossoming flower. Feel all that light coming into your hands, and just expanding your hands now. As you breathe in and breathe out, expanding your light. This is your love, your trust, and your faith. You're expanding it. You're making it as vast as the cosmos itself. Okay, and you're slowly bringing it back. As you're bringing your hands back, you're saying to yourself, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. If you are dedicating this healing to another person, you are just saying, I completely believe that the healing that they shall receive will heal them. Okay? All right, so now I'm just going to put a spirit ball upon everybody who is joining me willingly through this exercise. So here we go. Okay, so everybody, if you're already feeling like that ball has disappeared, Great job. Very well done. Okay. If you're feeling that that ball is still there and there's still a little bit of that tar that is inside that ball, all I want you to do right now is I want you to take everything that represents your body, everything that represents your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, the mind itself, and I want you just to put it aside. Just put it in the background. Okay? All you are right now is awareness. Okay? Your body, your mind is in the background. It's not here. It's faded away. I want you to see yourself completely as awareness, and you're shining this invisible light of awareness upon this sphere that has this tar in it. And I want you just to completely surrender to it. You don't have a body, you don't have a mind right now. All there is awareness. So awareness is just absorbing all of that debris out of the ball just by surrendering, just by witnessing it. I want you to let it all go, let it all go, let it all go. There's no body, there's no mind present that is attaching to this. There is only witnessing, there is only observation, there is only surrendering. Surrender, let go, surrender, let go. Once you feel you have 100% surrendered to everything in the ball, just go ahead and snap your fingers as this indicates release. Okay, and you'll see that ball disappear. Okay? Same thing if there's any of that excretory tar that has come out of your body, and if that's around you, I want you just to be aware of that right now. Your body and your mind is not present. What is present is awareness, shining the invisible light of awareness around that excretory tar-like substance around the body. And just observe, just witness, let go, surrender, let go, surrender, let go, surrender. Once you have 100% surrendered, snap your fingers, release it. Okay, is it all gone? Congratulations. That's how we heal everything, guys. It's through the power of surrender. You surrender to the true awareness that you are. You are surrendering to the soul. You are surrendering to spirit. You are surrendering to consciousness. You are surrendering to awareness. That is your true nature. All right? Great job, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today for the healing. So we're going to go ahead and switch gears. We're going to go ahead and move into Q&A now. Okay? So I will be back next week as well, too, for another New Earth TV Live. So if I didn't get around to you today for a personal healing, you can always try next week. You can also go to newearthteachings.com. You can go to the distance healing by donation. Okay, it's a donation healing of any amount, and I'm happy to work with you through there as well too. Okay, I'm getting a lot of people, so I'm doing what I can to get to people who require healing. So I just ask for your patience because a lot of people come to see me for distance healing. Okay, and I will get to you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, like I said, and switch gears. And let me just go ahead and change the window here. There we go. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do now, let's make sure everything is working good. Yeah, okay, great. I'm just going to go through the chat. So like I said, guys, if you do have a question, you can feel free to put that, if you want, in donation, right? So if you have a donation-based question, that gets first in line. Otherwise, I just go through the chat from top to bottom and see what comes through, all right? And speaking of that, I just got a donation from Belle Winder. Thank you very much, Belle. Appreciate that. And let me just take a minute to go down the list. Hello, everybody, from wherever you are in the world. Calgary, London, UK, Tennessee, Sweden. Very good. Okay. Welcome, everybody. So this question here is from Lisa Scott. Lisa Scott says, "Hi, Brad. Do you feel like the U.S. border will open up to no vax this year? And will travel get a bit easier?" So if you tuned into yesterday's broadcast through New Earth Tarot, you know what I was talking about that 2023 is actually going to be much more of a direct year. What I mean by that is that there's going to be less chaos in 2023. It's the good news. It's kind of a graceful year, right? Now, I've referred to 2023 as the year of reset, as well as the year of renewal, and as well as the year of introspection, okay? But it's also a graceful year. So we're going to have some really, really amazing transformations taking place this year, right? So let me just go. I'm getting quite a few donations coming in here. So, okay, Belle Winder, I think you're putting quite a few $10 donations in here. It's kind of flowing through here. Okay. I'm getting like quite a few $10 donations here from Belle Winder, so I'm hoping that's intentional, Belle Winder. So I hope everything's okay there. But Lisa, yes, what we'll do is we'll do the cards here, okay? Because you are asking about the United States, asking if the unvaccinated will be able to travel in the United States this year, and if it will be a little bit easier. Okay, so we'll work with that. We're gonna look into that with the cards. See what comes through. Okay, so ask the tarot. For the year of 2023, will the unvaccinated be able to travel into the United States, and will traveling be a lot easier? Okay, so we'll take a look at that now. Okay, so the short answer is yes. It is going to be getting a little bit easier. This is the pass card, right? A lot of us have wanted to travel. A lot of us who have been unvaccinated want to be able to travel to the United States. Like I said, this is the pass. It's kind of looking at 2022 still. So there's been a lot of delays with that. There's been a lot of apprehension with that, not being able to get what we want. Okay, so basically it's also telling you, well, there's a lot of things that are also open as well too. So even if you're not wanting to get this, you got to remember of all these things that are here, right? So there's a lot of other good things that are coming ahead. Okay, so the good news is yes, the restrictions are going to end. They are going to fall apart with the United States as well too. I feel like probably around January, February, maybe March at the latest, we will start to see the U.S. border starting to open up. Okay, so the restrictions are going to drop because, like I said, there's nothing supporting their chaos anymore, nothing that's supporting their order. So everything is going to fall out of place relating to these old agendas. Okay. So this is a balancing time. This is a time where things are going to be restored. Things are going to be balanced. Okay, so a lot of all those old things are going to drop away. There's going to be some new regulations coming together. All in all, together though, you will be able to travel. Unvaccinated will be able to travel into the United States regardless of where you're from. That is coming. Okay, there's still a little bit of shenanigans being done in the background right now, whether with policies and stuff like that. But the good news, I feel altogether, in the next couple of months, we're seeing something rise here. We're seeing something beautiful. We're seeing something new and transformative being put together. So it's a very, very positive outlook in regards to us being able to travel into the United States again, and even doing some more traveling in general. So a lot more countries are starting to open their doors right now to the unvaccinated. So that's how I was able to go to Mexico, right? So, yes, more countries are opening their doors. We're going to see that a lot more in 2023. I think we're probably going to see, I don't know the entire world, but I'd say the majority of the world will start to open up again in 2023. If not the entire world, then maybe around 2024, the entire world should be opened up again. But I'm thinking the majority of the world will be opened up here in 2023. Okay? So a very good question. Thank you, Lisa, for your question. All right, let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay. So just give me a moment here, guys. I'm scrolling down. Okay, I got a donation that came up here. This is from Meg. Meg says, my daughter can get visa to US. We were waiting approval. US Embassy in Mongolia. Her name is Minjin. Okay, so I forgot to mention this, guys. Please don't give me personal questions. Meg, I'll do this for you now because you did a donation. Okay, but please no personal questions, guys. Okay, make sure your questions are semi-personal, in general, in nature. I forgot to mention that today, so that's my fault. But I'll do this for Meg because she did a donation for me. So Meg, I'll do a quick reading here for your daughter. Can she get a visa to come into the US? We're waiting for approval. US Embassy in Mongolia. Her name is Minjin and Michelle. Okay, is this two people? Okay, because you're giving me two names here, but let me take a look here. Let's see where she'll be able to get a visa to come into the US. Okay, so the short answer is yes. Okay, but there's been a bit of a delay. There's been some scuffling. There's been some kerfuffles. There's been some shenanigans in the background, right? Just some internal delays taking place. But an opportunity is arising here for her, okay? And it's a really good sign, okay? So usually when we get these ace cards, okay, these are definite yeses. These are kind of like, oh yes, it's definitely going to happen, okay? So again, we're getting some good positive flow here, right? We're getting that upliftment of the sunflower. So again, very, very positive transformation here. And so she will be able to get in, okay? So my feeling is probably within the next couple of months, you'll be able to see her coming into the US through visa, all right? Very good, thanks for your question. So again, guys, semi-personal, general questions only, okay? Thank you, Meg. All right. So just going down the list here a bit more. Okay. Now somebody asked me a question here at the top. Okay, so I forgot this top question here at the very beginning of the chat was Mary, right? So Mary, I'm sorry, I forgot about your question. But Mary had a question at the top of the chat asking, hi Brad, who are the Pleiadians? Thank you and a happy 2023, yes. And happy early 2023 to everybody right now. Since I won't have a webcast on New Year's, happy New Year's for all of you guys coming up here. So for Mary, now Mary, what I'd like you to do, because I could probably spend a very long time talking about the Pleiadians and the Pleiades, is I want you to go onto my YouTube channel, okay? And on my YouTube channel, I just want you to go in the search bar, and I want you to type in History of the Pleiades. This is an old video I did back around 2012, but it's still relevant, has a lot of good information in it, and that will basically sum up the whole idea of the Pleiadians, okay? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the Pleiadians, they basically represent what we consider to be our star ancestors. And they exist within a cluster of stars called the Pleiades, which is in the constellation of Taurus, okay? There are many different types of Pleiadian species. You have humanoid, you have reptoid, you have aquatics, you have insectoids, right? You have mammalians, you have all different types of beings that exist within the Pleiades. They're not always just human. However, a lot of the human or humanoid-based Pleiadians have a very strong kinship and connection together with us, the Earth humans. And a lot of the Pleiadians were responsible for our guardianship going back many thousands of years ago. But it was specifically around the times of the fall of Atlantis to where the Pleiadians, in that sense, gave up their duties and decided to leave. And basically a lot of these Pleiadian custodians, in that sense, were students at that time. And they were dropping the ball. They were basically meant to function as guardians of the Earth. They were actually supposed to prevent a lot of these sinister forces from coming upon the planet. A lot of them got coerced. A lot of them actually formed different forms of rogue groups that were part of these different forms of interstellar sinister forces, so to speak, that were coming into the picture at that time. A lot of them were reptilian in nature, Draco in that sense. And so they dropped the ball quite a bit, and throughout the galactic community they were being very, very ridiculed for them dropping the ball. And because they have formed a karmic debt, a lot of them are coming back at this time. Some of them are actually taking a much more direct role and incarnating on the planet right now. So this is what I've also referred to as stasis bodies. That there are certain people who I've talked to who have stasis bodies, where basically they could have a Pleiadian body in stasis. They basically have a Pleiadian body on board an arc craft or an arc ship. It's kind of like a pod. And you have like this almost kind of amniotic fluid that is keeping the body preserved. Okay, there's still life force in the body, but it's a very, very small amount. And so they basically go into a type of suspended animation through a stasis body, and therefore they disembody themselves, and their essence goes upon into the living queue of the Earth to therefore incarnate and to fulfill a certain task. Because there's a lot of divine souls here right now that are working out a lot of karmic debt, going all the way back into Atlantis, going all the way back into Mu, Lemuria, right, the ancient times, to where a lot of our star elders have had presences upon the planet at that time. And we left things unfinished. And so we're coming back and we're cleaning up a lot of stuff. So that, in a nutshell, is giving you a little bit of a overview of much of the Pleiadians' role with us. Like I said, when I talk about the Pleiadians, it's a pretty generalized term, because there's many different species of them. But a lot of the human and humanoid species of Pleiadians come here on the earth, they incarnate, and they're here to work off their debts. That's exactly why a lot of us are here. We're here to work off our debts, because a lot of the times we basically became coerced, we became seduced by a lot of this sweet talk of power and immortality, right? And being the masters when we're still the students, right? And selling people out and betraying people who are very dear to us, having, again, centuries and centuries worth of karmic debt that had to be paid off. And so we're working with clearing all that out now. This lifetime is a very, very special lifetime for many of us, because we're clearing off that debt. Not everybody, but quite a lot of us here, particularly the ones who are in stasis bodies, who have stasis pods, and are incarnating here, and are basically fulfilling what they need to fulfill here. So a lot of Pleiadian emissaries, you could say, or liaisons, are coming here, and they're extraordinary people. Right? They're highly psychic, they're highly intuitive, they have great mental capability, they have very strong emotional capability as well too. Their abilities to manifest that go beyond conventional approach is quite outstanding. So you can almost look at them in a way as hybrids. But they too are on this planet right now. So I could talk about this for hours, guys, hours and hours and hours. There's so much detail that I could talk about with it, because I'm getting these downloads about them all the time. But there's that interesting video back in 2012. I was talking about the Pleiadians quite a bit. It's called History of the Pleiades. I was doing what's known as conscious matrix communication. I don't call it that anymore. It's just basically talking to spirit, right? And just letting this information flow through me. But there's a lot of detail there, Mary. Okay, so you should check out that video, History of the Pleiades, on my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go down the list here a bit more. Oh, actually got some requests here. Okay, so another one here from Meg. She says, can you tell 2023 country of Mongolia getting better? Will there be arrests for corrupt politicians? Well, let's just ask if it's going to get better. Right? Let's just kind of look into the momentum of how Mongolia will do. So again, guys, every single country upon this planet is being infiltrated by counterforces. Okay, every single one. No country that I'm aware of, because I've looked at tons of them, no country that I have looked at is omitted from the idea of counterforce activity. Okay, and what I mean by counterforce is that's the opposing force against the cabal, in that sense, right? That's Khazarian Mafia's worst enemy, is the counterforces. That's the energy that's trying to bring everything back into balance. That's why I don't call them white hats. That's why I don't really call them an alliance or anything of that nature. I just call them the essence of the counterforces. Okay, so we'll look into that through Mongolia and seeing how things are looking with that country. Okay, just some similar cards here that are coming up to many other countries that I've looked at right now. Okay, you guys are getting out of a very bad, old, sticky situation. Okay, so a lot of those old shenanigans, everything that represents corruption, is now starting to fade away, right? Like I said, in front of the scenes, I know it may sound different. In front of the scenes, I think it's a lot more like this. This is what's happening in front of the scenes, okay? So we're seeing all this stuff. Come on, people, drink from this cup. We don't want to drink from that cup. But we know that there's a lot of other great things around us, but again, we're being forced to drink out of a cup we don't want to drink out of. And so in that sense, there's still some propaganda relating to some of the mainstream media and the narrative in that way. But again, what's happening right now is new opportunities. New opportunities are opening up. Emotional release is opening up. Emotional change is opening up, right? There's a new opportunity for growth here. Mongolia is starting to change itself. It is going through a greater state of transformation. Great surprises are ahead, and it's taking place right now. Behind the scenes, everything's being cleaned up in Mongolia. So yes, counterforce activity is there. Yes, there's a lot of things that are taking place behind the scenes. Transitional government taking place as well too. Old leaders about to go, right? But like I said, even sometimes you may see that these leaders are still in power. What's going on? They may be the same leader, but they're not following the same agendas. A lot of them are basically being taken into the other room. Okay, and they're being processed. And they're saying either you can play ball with us, or we can put you in jail right now and get somebody else to take your place, right? And that's the conventional being taken into the other room rhetoric, right? Many of them will concede, say, okay, I'll do it, I'll do everything you say, no problem. And then they change, right? That's how they do it. That's their path of least resistance, to get this person together because they've already worked everything out, rather than having to work out and unravel a new narrative, which takes a lot of time and effort. They try to keep this person on board, saying either you can play ball with us and you can follow the new script, or we can take you out and we can get somebody else to take your place, right? That's the other room conversation. So they get those. So near future, looks like Mongolia is in very good hands, okay? Looks like things are going to be changing around significantly for the country, okay? Transitional leadership, transitional government, new changes coming about, okay? We're going to see some big changes, especially in 2023 here, being the year of reset, okay? So Mongolia is going through its reset right now. And I think that's the best way I can put it for a lot of countries right now. A lot of countries are just going through their reset, right? I get quite commonly Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, Australia, New Zealand, the United States, England, right? Other areas of the United Kingdom, okay? Those ones are very, very common. I get the Germany, okay? Armenia, okay? Austria, okay? I get those ones a lot. And they're all going through reset, right? They're basically just pressing the reset button. Everything's going to start resetting, okay? Every country will go through that. I don't care where you're from, okay? I don't care if you're from the Middle East. I don't care if you're from Asia. I don't care if you're from Europe. If you're from the West, doesn't matter. Every single country will be going through that, okay? The reset button is going to be pressed for every single country on the planet, no doubt. All right, thank you, Meg. All right, let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay. Okay, so just give me a moment here, guys. I'm just looking down the list here. Okay, gotta see, we got another Switzerland question here. I'm getting Switzerland questions every single week here. But that's okay. We'll take a look at Switzerland. Okay, guys, you have to understand that Switzerland is a dark cabal stronghold. Okay, you guys have to know that. That's where the dark cabal is basically hiding. They're hiding in that country. So that country is going to be under a barrage of different attacks. It's going to have heavy agendas placed upon it. If you're in Switzerland, then you're basically at the head of the beast. Okay, that's where they are. Okay, so that's why Switzerland is having a bit of a hard time right now. So I just want you guys to know that, because I've done quite a few readings on Switzerland, and that's where they're hiding. That's one of their nests, right? Switzerland is their nest. Ukraine was their nest, not so much anymore. But a lot of them are basically converging into Switzerland. Okay, so I want you guys just to be aware of that. That's why shenanigans in that way are happening in that country. But we'll take a look at that. What's in store for Switzerland the coming year? Will the government or major banks go with the QTS at the end? Okay, guys, I looked at that yesterday. Okay, so please make sure you're watching my video yesterday, New Earth Tarot. Okay, because I was looking into the quantum financial system, or the new financial system in that way. Even giving you guys some advice about what you can do to talk to bankers, to talk to the managers. They may not know what a quantum financial system is, right? So you're just telling them, are you guys ready for a new financial system that's to come? Right? That might be a better thing. Make sure you're talking to bank managers about that, not the tellers, okay? All right, so let's take a look at how are things looking for Switzerland this year. How are things looking for Switzerland? Okay, so basically in a nutshell, it's being cleaned out, okay? So Switzerland is very much kind of being focused on. There's a lot of crosshairs that are going across Switzerland right now. There may already be activity taking place in Switzerland to already drive these people out, okay? but it basically has a gigantic bullseye on there through the counter forces and through all the alliances and so forth. Okay, so there's definitely been plans taking place to basically raid Sweden, or Switzerland, I should say, not Sweden, Switzerland. Okay, to basically zero in on the corrupt that are still there. Okay, because that's their hiding place. Okay, so yes, I'm pretty sure they're spinning a lot of stories, they're spinning a lot of narratives that are all false, delusional, illusionary about Switzerland, or control tactics that they're trying to put together in Switzerland. But again, we're going to see liberation. We're going to see the shackles being taken off of Switzerland. Okay, so there's the idea that it's going to open itself up. So Switzerland's going to be a lot more open to the world here very, very shortly. Okay, it's going to be going through a great transformation. Okay, it's no longer going to be held in the clutches of the corrupt anymore. Guys, this is such an exciting time. You are seeing the corrupt going extinct off the planet right now. That's what's taking place, especially when it's a stronghold like this. Sweden is one of their big areas. Okay, and if that is being completely cleaned out, you are watching the corrupt die off this planet completely, never to rise again. That's what's happening right now. That's why this time is so incredibly amazing. Okay, we've had a lot of ups and downs, we've had a lot of intensities, we've had a lot of chaos, but that's needed to happen to get the cockroaches out of our infrastructure, to get it out of the human blueprint. And so that's what's taking place right now. Okay, and I know it sucks. I know we've been through a lot of intense stuff. I've talked to hundreds of you guys about all this stuff is happening. What can we do? How can we get out of this? In that sense, what's already happening right now. You basically just have to work with your soul tribes. You want to work with yourselves. Do not concern about you thinking that you have to change the world. Work with yourself. Work with your own power. Remember what I was teaching you guys about the subtle body, right? Work with the subtle body meditation. Work with these things. Be the peace. Be the light. Be the serenity. And go out into the world like that. And you will not face these things. That a lot of people in that sense who are very much in dire fear and great anxiety and panic are facing because they don't know the power within themselves. A lot of you guys do. Right? So it's remember to stick with that. Okay, so a lot of work is being done, so there's going to be a lot of infrastructure rebuilding for Switzerland here over the next couple of months. Okay, so I'd say this is already imminently happening pertaining to Switzerland, Eve, okay? Eve, I should say. So Eve, this is happening with Switzerland right now. Okay, so it's not something you have to wait for, it's already taking place, but there's going to be some repairs of infrastructure. A lot of the blueprint behind the scenes is being reworked, and so again, their intention is to really do this kind of silent war. It's a silent battle that has been happening behind the scenes between the dark forces and the counter forces. It's been very silent, right? It's not something you're going to find a lot of intel on to a person in that sense goes to spirit and starts getting information here. You're not going to find that on CNN or MSNBC or any of that stuff. I'm giving you guys a lot more deeper detail about what's taking place, but they basically go into disguise, they infiltrate this, they start taking certain people aside, they start getting intelligence from them, and then they start infiltrating more deeper into the, you can say the hive of the dark cabal. They have informants there, they have intelligence spies there, they have all these different forms of intelligent agencies that are now working together with the counter forces. They have all these different types of technologies. They have satellites in their disposal as well too. They have informants everywhere. They're getting information from off-worlders. They're getting all of this intelligence. They're able to discover exactly where a lot of these underground bases are. They're able to get into those bases through advanced off-world technology that basically are able to destabilize matter. You're actually able to go right into the building that way. Some others will use explosives, right? It all depends on the intelligence and then the cooperation. If it's a mutual group, if it's basically an off-world group and an on-world group, then basically the off-worlders will go in and they will destabilize matter. It's almost like you can just pass through walls without having to open anything up. So you're basically phasing yourself through matter, and you're able to go into these underground bases. You can basically sneak up on people. You can just basically incapacitate them with sonic technology or scalar technology or anything of that nature. It depends if this is a group co-op mission. Okay, so some off-worlders, human guardians, will join in on the groups. They will go into these deep underground military bases that are being run through cabal members. They will go in, they will often incapacitate a lot of people, they will find the ones responsible, they will apprehend the ones, they will basically take those ones, they will process them, they will put them through tribunals, and they will deal with them on a military fashion. Therefore, a lot of that pertaining to these agendas that they have held, often done through secret intelligence bases like DUMBSs, will therefore be under new counterforce jurisdiction. They will gain more intelligence in regards to more of the head honchos that are still running a lot of these dark cabals. They will go into secret information through intelligence agencies where they will find all of these particular secret groups, where they are hiding, and therefore putting informants in them, taking them down one by one. It's a chess game. Then they go in, they start looking into these leaders, they start finding them, and they start processing them. And as these large leaders start taking out, there's more leaders that get discovered. And they're continuing to do this mission over and over again. You are not going to get that information on CNN. You're not going to get that information even in alternative streams. Okay? This is the silent way that they do it. There's also secret society groups that are working much more through the counterforces that are doing it. There's many different secret society groups, and a lot of them actually represent brotherhoods and sisterhoods that work together in harmony together with the planet. Okay? So a lot of secret society groups, a lot of people are brainwashed into thinking that all secret society groups are dark hat, and that's not the case. Okay? There are ones who are very much, and even for many thousands of years, have been basically guardian societies. Okay? There are ancient guardian societies. Some of them have actually started from Argotha. Some of them have started from within the inner earth. And therefore they have graduated themselves to coming upon the surface. So they have basically ancient beings that are in the inner earth that have started these particular societies. If we look at the dragon families, okay, a lot of them actually came from the ancient descendants of the dragon people. Okay, so the serpent people, you could say. Okay, so there's a lot of different groups that all represent different orientations of societies that hold all different types of alignments. Some, again, very, very poisonous. Some people, again, these groups that want to eradicate humanity. Some who want to help humanity. Okay, it's a very mixed bag, and if you think that only secret societies are dark hat, then you are missing out, right? This is ignorance. There's a lot more to it. You have to understand how vast and how diverse everything is. But that's what's taking place, okay? This is why, again, Switzerland is going to get sanitized. It's going to be reworked. It's going to be overhauled in that way. That's just simply how it is. And like I said, it's one of the strongholds, and it's going to, it's already being taken down and overhauled currently as we speak. In the next couple of months, we're going to see some big changes taking place. All right? So that, again, is a nutshell of certain things that are taking place. Right? It's a very, very deep, deep tunnel. It's a deep pit. And there's always more information coming up, but that's just a little bit of an elevator version right there. Okay. So I think we're almost out of time, guys. I think we're going to look for one or two more questions, and we're going to wrap up. So let me just kind of go down to the bottom of the list right now. Okay, this is from Maria. Maria says, question, hi Brad, we all know this is not the real new year. Does this start with the zodiac in March? Yes, completely. Okay. Basically, we could say almost that March 21st would represent the beginning of the year, which is nice because I'm born on March 22nd. So I'm born a day after in regards to how the calendar should really be. The calendar should be starting in March. Okay. It should be in complement to the zodiac, but it doesn't. It's the Gregorian calendars. It's the Romans. We're basically messing around with everything, trying to start off the year in January. But in actuality, that's not the start of the year. The start of the year should be in March. Okay? Should not be in January whatsoever. And if you're an astrologist, you know this. Okay? But again, that's all part of distortion. That's all part of trying to cramp time onto ourselves that represent distortion. Right? Here's the natural rhythm, and here's just this interference pattern that's trying to come through this natural rhythm. It's all planned. Right? The idea of starting the nature of the year off in January is quite absurd. Okay, it's not the way that it's supposed to be. January 1st is not supposed to be the beginning of a new year. But that again is disgruntled distortion, because again that all works together in interference patterns. It's like trying to take this beautiful crisp music and then you're just like scratching a chalkboard, right? And just putting that as an overlay upon the beautiful music. And that's what's happened. Right? This is the whole idea. The Gregorian calendar is nothing but a fraud. It's nothing but a facade. It's nothing in regards to how things should actually be flowing. Will we be seeing that coming back? I don't know. Probably not in this era. Right? There's a lot of things that need to be changed first. So maybe when we get into like the 2070s, maybe the 2080s, maybe. I'm not trying to be pessimistic or anything, but there's so much other stuff that we have to take care of first. But yes, in actuality, the new year should be starting in March. Definitely not in January. Okay, so you're absolutely right about that, Maria. Thank you very much. And Sunflower, thank you for your contribution. Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. I appreciate it. Okay, I think we're going to end with one more question, guys. We're going to wrap up today. So let me see if I can find a really good one to end with. So we go down the list a bit more. Okay, well, someone asks here, I won't count this as the last question, but someone asks, Peace Gem Music says, when will Klaus Schwab be taken out? He already has, right? I don't even know if it's the real Klaus Schwab that you're seeing here. To me, it almost feels like a doppelganger in that way. But basically, they were already finished. They were already taken care of quite some time ago. I think the real Klaus Schwab may already be out of the picture. If he's still there, then he's a pretty lucky guy. But no, their time's already done. They've already surrendered a while back when they were on Rothschild Island in Antarctica. So everything from that point on has just been part of the narrative, right? Just deliberately exposing them bit by bit, telling the world, again, as they're sharing publicly what they're trying to do, to try and create world domination in that way with their ridiculous plans, okay? All of that's being exposed. That's all part of data dumps that are being put together in the state of a narrative. But no, they're done. The whole idea of a World Economic Forum is a world economic joke. Right? It's a world economic narrative and nothing else. There's no power to it, really. Right? Okay, so let me just find one more good question that we're going to end on, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay. Yes, I'm going to be contacting Janine again. We're going to do another episode here in January. It'll probably be around mid-January, but I'll be talking to Janine after the holidays. Okay, and I'll be talking to her about getting her on again for another episode. Okay. Okay. It's funny, I asked for one more good question. There's a couple good questions coming up, so let's see what I can find here. Okay, I think we're going to end with the Israel question. Okay. So this is from Rockers, Los Angeles. Question is, where do you see the Israel state in the next few years? I can't really give you a few-year outcome, but I can give you maybe like a 1-year outcome for Israel, okay? And we can take a look at that, just how things with Israel are. How are things going to go with Israel over the next little while? Let's say how are things going to go with Israel for 2023, okay? Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to do a bit of a bigger reading for Israel, because this is basically meant to be a bigger reading. So we're going to do a circle of 9 tarot spread. Okay, well, Israel is definitely playing a very different tune. This is the recent past, okay? So this is within the past 3 months, okay? So there's new opportunity, there's new growth, right? So I feel like a lot of things are being set off behind the scenes with Israel, of it turning much more into a sovereignty, right? Maybe moving more into an independent nation as well, too. There's been a lot of changes taking place with Israel, right? We're seeing the world here. So we're representing completion, we're representing success. I feel like they're getting out of the rut that they have been in for a very, very long time. And I feel that there's going to be some sovereignty coming upon Israel here very soon. Present moment. Oh, wow, this is quite good, right? Present moment. Okay? Israel, you're looking up. You're moving into a very, very beautiful time. Okay? So I think maybe there's been some exposures. Maybe there's again been some deep-rooted exposures taking place right now, reaching deep into a lot of the things that are taking place right now, and pulling it up by its roots. A lot of exposures, a lot of data dumps, a lot of light being shined upon Israel right now, okay? So it's nothing like in that sense of the old cartel that was in there. The old cartel, the old cabal is out of there. The life lesson in the present moment was to stand up, okay? People were not standing up, but I think there's been enough happening right now that there's enough of a large critical mass for Israel to change things around. This is just the life lesson card of the present moment, okay? They've needed to stand up. They've been wallowing too much in the idea of this fear and this agony. And I think they basically just threw everything on the ground and saying, we've had enough. We're standing up against this, and we're not going to take it anymore, okay? Near future, okay? You're moving out of a bad situation, okay? So overhauling. Same thing like what I'm seeing with Switzerland right now. There's overhauling, there's shifting, there's moving up into higher ground now. We're leaving all of that bad stuff behind. We're leaving the corrupt behind. The corrupt are being completely filtered out of Israel right now. So there's discernment. Again, I'm pretty sure there's courts. There's tribunals. I feel it's taking place right now. So a lot of old leaders that are being held accountable, about to be, I think they may already be locked up. This is the near future. So again, something is probably already happening right now to get all of that old corruption out of Israel altogether. Okay, so what is the general outlook in regards to Israel? General outlook is that you're moving upwards. Okay, you're moving upwards. You're moving into new ground. There's a new opportunity coming together for greater growth. I think there will be a greater expansion for the country of Israel. I think they're going to be making much more of a larger mark in the world. Okay, so the general outlook is that this is what's happening to the corrupt. Their empire is blowing up. They're being taken down. They're being dethroned. Everything that represents the clamp on Israel, that clamp is now starting to get taken down. But there may even still be some sudden events taking place in Israel that's going to lead to the destruction and dismantling of the corrupt that has had their noose around that country for a very long time. The end result, divine intervention. Okay, there may be even some off-world assistance here with Israel. Okay, Israel, of course, has that energy. Not even just relating to off-world, but we're actually looking at angelic or celestial, which is even greater than off-world. And I think that's much more appropriate for Israel. Israel is actually getting celestial intervention to help clean everything up pertaining to that country. So 2023 looks very, very promising for Israel. Okay, so we're going to see some really amazing things unfold for that country. It's moving in a very good direction. All right. Okay, guys, we're out of time for today. If I didn't get around to your question, don't worry. We'll be back next week, next Thursday for New Earth Tarot, and next Friday again for another episode of New Earth TV Live. And of course, this weekend, talking more about etherics. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with all of you. Thank you again for your questions. Thank you for your participation today. And I'm looking forward to speaking to you again next week. Blessings to you all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskar. And have a great, wonderful new year into 2023, the year of reset. Blessings, everybody. Talk to you again. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.